Hello. So, here are the game-changing tips that I recommend for those of you playing Legend of Mushroom. Namely, whenever you are going about doing your mine, you want to go straight down, and if you want to get auto mining or anything similar, right? You can either pay to win, right? And that is to say, you can go to the chest here, okay, go to privilege, and you can buy skip all ads, which I recommend. You can get the monthly card, the lifetime pass, the joyful farming, the mining license, or the trial card. If you're wanting to be pay to win and stay ahead all the time, then buy all of them. All of the privilege cards are arguably some of the best you can get in the entire game. That said, the main tip that I'm going to get across to you here is that if you are doing mining, okay, if you can get to level 10,000, okay, you'll have auto mining. So that is to say, you got to get to a depth of 10,000. So don't waste your time trying to mine everything. I would go straight down to the bottom as quick as possible. Okay. Second tip. If you're doing your farm every day, you need to be going up here, tapping here, and buying fertilizer. You really should consider doing this because what this does is basically give you a quicker, faster way to do your crops. Okay, and you're going to need that because your prayer statue is going to give you a stupid amount of stats. Okay, and you're just going to rack up more and more crops, which is going to inevitably give you access to SS and triple S stat affixes, which you're going to need. Now, if you might be wondering which ones do you focus on and how, that is a different question. More regardless, is you, now this is really more the third tip regarding this statue, is that you want global attack, and you probably should get skill damage when you're starting out. And then once you've kind of figured out what your strategy is for your class, then you can adjust and modify as needed. But most people don't really go ham on it until later. My fourth tip is actually kind of related to just in general, like knowing where to look. So down here, you probably noticed a quick accessories. If you go down the talent tree, like a mage class is probably going to go through and grab the stuns, the skill damage. You're going to go that route. If you go north of this and go the defense route, this is a different way of approaching it, but I think this might be more of, for your Dark Lords than it is for your Holy Guide mages, okay? That said, obviously, you have the Archer path and the Fury path, and this is dependent on what class you are. So if you're an Archer, you're going to go typically for combo bonuses, so you're going to be after, obviously your attack bonus is going to be what most, if not all people, probably auto-invest in, and you just kind of go in through that direction. But how you go about it is up to you entirely. Obviously, you can morph and grab different types of back accessories. This is where a lot of your extra stats are going to come from, basically. You want to get these all up to level 20 first, and then proceed to get the next one up to level, I believe it's 60, and then you just kind of work your way up. Obviously, as you do that, you get better and better tiered loot. So like here, you got to get this up to 60, so each one to 60, and then each one up to 120, and so on and so on. My fourth tip is actually kind of more generic, but it's when you're upgrading your lamp, you want to focus on buying gold in the start. So save your gems and then basically go to the shop down here and then go to the item option down here, and you want to buy the 1,000,000 stack wagon of gold. You want to do this until you get to about 20 or so on lamp level, because after that, it's not as important. I mean, you'll still want to do it from time to time, but you'll find yourself needing those gems for other things like fertilizer, for example, or, even more so, you want to basically make a habit of doing these things. These are just things that in general will make your life a hell of a lot easier. Now, you might have noticed relics. Relics are going to be kind of dependent on what class you are and what you're currently doing. If you're wondering, this is what I'm currently doing as a mage. If you want to know in general, like which ones are going to be kind of go-tos, is going to be the Flame Book, mainly for PvP, being as it's not specific to PvE fighting. And then there's like the Stone Writ Tome, which is also a big bonus because anything that says res is resistance, and therefore you're going to basically make yourself tankier by doing that. But the main thing here is that in general, regardless of where you are in the game, whether you're free to play, pay to play, the baseline here that you need to get out of this is that you want your lamp level to be higher, so you don't want to waste a bunch of your extra added bonuses as you're going on. Next thing is obviously join a family. I want to get into a family as quick as you can, and then you want to start going into your chat and go to gift boxes. Anytime somebody's got a item they pay to win buy, what have you, you'll get extra gems that way, so don't forget to check that out. Okay, now I think we're on like tip 6 at this point. As far as challenges go, all right, you always want to basically tap on the player that you want to fight and you think you're going to win. So like, for example, let's say I find some people that are around my rank. Obviously, if they're a couple thousand in height, chances that you're going to win is pretty slim. But like, let's say Crazy Legs is the guy that I wanted to play. Tap him and then go to practice. If you go to practice, this will actually play out exactly like it would in Arena. And this is super helpful for a number of reasons, because if you did not know if you were going to win or not, this is a great way to find out. And then all you got to do is go back into Arena, find the same player that you just fought. So like in this case, he's a lot higher than me, but yet I won in that practice. So I could then proceed to go back into here, go to challenge, and now all I got to do is find Crazy Legs. So he's 15k, go ahead and jump into the battle. And I know in that RNG fight I won, so, but again, like anything, it is RNG based, so there is a chance you'll lose, but it's very, like in my experience, is very slim. Like if you win in practice, chances are you're going to win in an arena. Okay? And obviously, you want to stack and build up challenge tickets. The biggest tip I can give you is make sure to be doing your cross-server cross matches, because you want to be able to get ranked up here and get up to the 1 or 2 spot if you can. And you also want to buy your extra attempts. The reason why is because if you go to the shop here, you want to make sure you're buying Awakening Crystals and Red Soul Selections, specifically Awakening Crystals, because you need these in order to be able to go past like Holy Guide into Prophet, for example. It's the 3rd or 4th stage that you're in for your upgrades. So make sure you're doing this. The other thing too is, so like, for example, I think a lot of people probably blew past this, but obviously you got to be doing your your portal, always want to, don't try to sweep these as often. Make sure you're actually following them all the way through, because you'll find you're actually going to get better over time. Dark Trial, obviously, if you want to get those feathers, that's how you're going to get your feathers. The Flame Temple is where you're going to get your, mainly for the artifact upgrades. So like, and I'll show you what I mean. So like, this artifact in particular, you can enchant it. And as you enchant it, you're going to get better and better quality enchantments. And so basically you want to not get too crazy with the purple ones like I did. Like I did some level 8 just because I could. But the idea here in principle is that you want to basically rack up higher quality ones. So like for
Alright, so pretty much you just need to follow along, and this is going to pretty much show you how to get that 5% discount on your purchases in Legend of Mushroom. So this is all you pretty much need to do, is just basically install Legend of Mushroom. And you have to have Aptoid's version of this, and then of course you need to have the AppCoin wallet as well. Again, these are both in the description down below, so you're more than welcome to take a look at these, come and download them. And then once you've actually downloaded them and installed them, then all you got to do is basically open it up. And the AppCoins wallet is basically a crypto app in a sense. But, really all you're going to do is just go to the rewards tab, go to the promo codes tab, put in the promo code that I've got down in the description, which is Dakanoth LM. And then you'll be able to get your 5% extra bonus on the game, so you can save money playing the game.